I'm Tim of Goffberg, and welcome to the world of Omega. Today I will be your guide to the features and the highlights of the Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch Dark Side of the Moon. A sensation when first revealed at Baselworld 2013, it remains one of the landmark Omega chronographs and one of the industry's most memorable complicated timepieces of the last decade. A watch inspired by the dark face of the moon, nevertheless making an impact akin to a meteorite. This timepiece, in black ceramic double finished on its flanks, in 44.25 millimeters, has an outsized personality and wrist presence. Starting with the clasp and the strap, you can see that Omega spared no expense to appoint this flagship timepiece with upscale fitments. On the underside, you can see a wrist contoured titanium matte finished clasp body with a minder device that effectively tucks all excess length under the clasp body, removing the need for minder loops that mar the aesthetic of the strap. Now, it also features double finish externally with ceramic on the outside, satin finish with Omega logo, and polished on the flanks. Twin trigger release ensures that this is neither a clamshell nor friction fit. It must be positively disengaged, thus securing the watch on the wrist with confidence. You'll also note that it features two materials, a textile with a monotone stitch and robust bolstering on the top, and on the underside, natural grained black calf skin with a contrasting red stitch for souplesse against the wrist. Now, the timepiece features a handsome ceramic double finished case. Ceramic for practical purposes, as scratch resistant as sapphire crystal, Omega achieves this unique combination of polished bevels and grained flanks using exclusive diamond tipped tools that can manipulate and fashion ceramic. Now, moving to the tachymeter scale, you can see there is a handsome gray on black imprint, allowing you to gauge the speed of an object over a known distance, such as a standing kilometer, when used in conjunction with the chronograph. You'll also note the dome-style sapphire that pays homage to the famous Moonwatches used to this day by NASA. Those watches feature a thermoplastic or hesselite crystal. This one is scratch-resistant sapphire, but it's that same classic off-axis distortion due to the domed architecture, which is difficult and expensive to achieve. The dial of the watch is upscale and premium, as this is a flagship timepiece. Hands and luminescent indices are executed in white gold, and the dial base itself, as you can see by the signature just above the hands at center, is zirconium oxide, polished black ceramic, a combination of white on black print with a few standout shocks of red. It's visually balanced with a vintage-inspired twin-register design, but nevertheless it has modern tri-register chronograph capability with seconds at center and the mono counter at 3 o'clock, featuring concentric circular scales for superimposed chronograph hours and minutes that can be read off a single dial. A discrete monotone black date disc with a silver print can be seen easily and referenced at 6 o'clock. Its central location nicely balances the dial. Now, the watch also features a time zone function such that the hour hand can be set forward or backwards in 1 hour steps without stopping the watch or the chronograph, and it can even drive the date forward or backwards as one crosses the international date line east or west. Also important to note, the handsome Omega logo within the crown, and as with any high-performance machine, what's under the hood is just as exciting. Just as there is a domed-style sapphire on the dial, there is a domed-style sapphire giving robust view of the chronograph back. You'll note unique finish, Geneva waves in arabesque, with blackened screws that are characteristic styling elements of these Omega in-house exclusive coaxial calibers. You'll also note that the movement itself, if I may show you the balance architecture, is robustly resistant to shock-induced timing deviation with a dual anchored balance bridge and a free-sprung index, allowing the watch to take a precise regulation as it is a COSC certified chronometer, but also to hold that precision in the face of shocks and bumps on the wrist. A silicone hairspring gives the watch robust resistance to magnetism as well. Now, traditional column wheel function actuation can be seen through the skeletonized bridge, as you can see the column wheel interacting with its levers as the chronograph is cycled. Take note of the mechanism. It's both beautiful and beautiful to use. You can hear it. It's a tactile pleasure. It's the old-fashioned and more demanding method of crafting a chronograph function selector, but Omega would do it no other way in its flagship chronograph caliber. It interacts with what's known as a vertical clutch. The vertical clutch allowing the chronograph to stop without stagger, start without jump, and always reset precisely to 12 o'clock, as there is no inherent play in this system. Also, it allows you to keep the chronograph running on a continuous basis because there is no additional wear and tear with a vertical clutch system. Therefore, if you prefer to have center seconds to match center minutes and hours, you can do that without hazard to the movement. Thanks to twin mainspring barrels coupled in series, the watch also has a robust 60-hour power reserve, far more than the industry standard of 38 to 42 hours for automatics. And in addition to the time zone feature that allows you to jump the hand in 1 hour increments, there is also hacking seconds, which halts the watch entirely for precise synchronization against a known accurate reference time. A handsome movement, it's protected down to 50 meters thanks to the threaded in case back and robust crown and pusher seals. You can see this and the entire collection of Omega premium timepieces on our website, govbergwatches.com.